Justin Snaith, thank you very much for your time as always. I know you've got a busy day on Saturday at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth, and you've taken the time to help us in the punting public. You start in race 1. Good to see these babies stepping out over 800 meters. I'm going to give you the names, and you can perhaps just tell us how they're doing back at home. You've got Champagne Castle, Marseille, and Kirari Dancer.
So Champagne Castle is she's an absolute little natural. Unfortunately, this year, I've only managed to get my babies on the grass once. So that's the only time they've ever managed to see the grass. So I'm hoping that their class pulls them through a little bit, because they are individually, they're actually very nice horses. When you see them walking around the parade ring, you'll say, wow, those are nice. And she's a filly that I do think will go quite close here. And Marseille, if he doesn't find the 800 too short, he'll be the one to follow next time. He's a beautifully bred for this type of race. Lovely individual, doesn't put a foot wrong. So, also some respect towards him. And then the Kirari Dancer, she's probably also going to just need one comeback. As I said, I've stuck them in because I'm one gallop short, but still take nothing away. They're nice horses.
Great, we'll watch them in the parade ring, see them how they go to the start. Race 2, interesting race. We'll start with the big girl. Double Grand Slam. I mean, I happened to watch her gallop here at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks. It was impressive on the eye.
Very much so. Look, like my 2-year-olds, all my horses coming back that you'll see now on this day, they've only seen the grass once. Maybe I could have taken them to Durbanville, gallops were cancelled, but I also wouldn't have really have taken these horses to that track. It was quite firm. So I am coming in a little gun shy for my type of horses, but I've tried to make up for that at home. So she may be a little bit heavier than normal, and I think if she's vulnerable, especially over the mile, this is where she'll be vulnerable. Whether I would have much preferred to have brought out in a six furlong like I did in the Natal season, but there was just nothing. So she, fortunately here at Cape Racing, have actually come to the fore here and have actually helped us put on these races. They aren't big fields, but she's a beautiful filly, and I thought jockey-wise, just give Andrew to bring her on for the season, and obviously I would never bring her out unless I thought she was really well and ran a good race.
Well, listen, you've got 2 nice horses to back her up. Of course, Beware the Bomb as well as that horse Swatek. They're both lovely horses in their own right.
Yes, Beware the Bomb was coughing this week, so I'll just monitor that. There's a very good chance she will come out on Saturday, whereas Swatek is in very good form. If you look at her form with Richard on, very happy to have Richard on her, really doing well. We'll bring her best form to this race. And if these other horses are all needing a little bit, they're not quite fighting fit, she could be the one that might actually just cause a little bit of a surprise here.
Race number 4, you've got 2 runners, 2 lively runners, Future Free and Regulation.
Look, Future Free is a lovely individual. I've been waiting for the long run in, so this is going to be his test of where he's sort of going to go in the season. It's just one of those races. I'll be quite disappointed if I didn't win. I've got the youngster, and then I've got a horse that's come back from a successful wind-up Regulation. You saw his comeback run. Him and Black Cheetah actually had exactly the same operation, and he will be a very strong backup here. But Future Free, I know how excited you get sometimes with these horses winning these races. Let's hope you get excited here.
Leave that to me.
Well, you might be hard to get excited because you've been so excited so far. So
No, we'll change that. We'll change it for you. Don't worry, Justin. 1 for the Futura Park team. Race number 5, Justin. You've got 3 lively runners as well. I'm just looking at the card. Great Plains, Sail the Seas, Snow Pilot, and Future Swing. You're also quite strong there. You'll be disappointed if you can't win one of them.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is what every trainer dreams of, horses like this. I mean, as I said earlier in the season, I've got my normal good horses, but also I've got horses coming back now from injuries that are going to be, there's a horse like Top Quality, everyone would have forgotten him. He won the East Cape Derby by 9. Even a horse like that is in the comeback and will be seen this summer. So I'm very, very fortunate that I've got my whole team back together. And here you see them. Snow Pilot, I know Richard, when he rode him, he would be quite aggressive and go 100 miles an hour and just beat the field on power. But the problem is everyone cottoned onto that and then would just chase him down. So He is possibly one of the most beautiful individuals you'll ever see at a racetrack in my mind, being by Lancaster Bomber and out of Snow Dance. Big runner, obviously. He just, as I said, they've only been on the grass once, and you've got to respect that. Sail the Sea also only been on the grass once since the Natal season. He unfortunately hit the poly and just had a slight injury, doing very well at home, and probably the horse to watch in this race. He could be a serious horse for the season, and in that race. Future Swing is a beautiful stayer. The idea here also is just to bring him on for the races later. I'd like to teach him to settle a little bit, and a horse that you probably have to just watch over further.
Would I be crazy in saying Great Plains? I mean, I know on his day, if the race works out for him and they go decent tempo, he can also pop up.
Great Plains, I'm looking for a positive race. I am interested that he's actually quite restricted to 7 furlongs. It just seems to, unfortunately, I mean, we all watch him in those 1400s. He looks unbelievable, and then the mile, he just doesn't quite get it. So he's the horse, there'd be no pressure. I think Andrew's the right guy. And as you said, I think we're very strong here. And thanks to racing for putting on these races. Last minute, everyone was scratching horses literally at 11 o'clock. And all of a sudden, we were stuck with these races. And I really thank them for, the trainers didn't really come to the party, bar Candace. I appreciate the effort from them.
Race number 6, Justin, you got 2 runners, Malmesbury Missile, as well as Roland Garros. They also 2 smart horses.
Roland Garros does pull up a little bit shin sore, so that's why I stopped racing him at Durbanville. That's why I've also opted to put him into a 1200 to bring him on for the Guineas. So there is a method to the madness here, but you still have to respect him. He is a horse that I think has won a feature race over 1200, but he is looking for the mile. Malmesbury Missile, funny enough, galloped with Black Cheetah. You saw Black Cheetah come out and run a good race, so that certainly will help Malmesbury Missile. But he just got heavy. From the time that I started training him here, he just got heavy on me. And that's why I've also opted with him to, it's a beautiful race to run a horse here to then bring them on to the Guineas.
Race number 7, let's chat through them. You've got Absolutely Yes, Happy Verse, Randolph Hurst. Pity about the draws, because Randolph Hurst for me caught the eye, and then you've got a horse like Happy Verse who's up and coming, and he's got that unlimited potential. We don't know where he fits in.
I do.
You know where he fits in.
Listen,
Is he a horse that will go further, Justin?
Absolutely. He's going to go. He's going to go 2,000 meters. But you can either go win the Class 4s now on the Wednesday, and everyone's shouting how the horse is a superstar.
Me in particular.
Yes, which is good. It's exciting for racing, but I have high standards, and we've opted to hammer it out in a race like this. And to be frank, I thought there's quite a few horses missing here. All those superstars that have been running in these midweek races could also have been here, but it's a risk involved. I had it happen to me in the Phillies 1400. I had horses getting 22 points and they didn't even run a place. You've got to choose your races carefully, because if you're wrong, the horses are just completely out of the handicapping in the future. So I've pretty much chosen my horses that are already rated around the 100 and we can risk it. And Happy Verse is a horse that I really think highly of. I really do. I think he's a very smart individual, but a handful. Geez, he's naughty. He is really, really naughty. So I'm going to have to manage it carefully, and I think we got the right rider. Don't even worry about I'm not worried about the draw at all. So Randolph Hurst may affect a bit more, I would say, because he needs a little bit of luck in running. But JP's primed. He's got a lot of faith in this horse. He had come back from a wind operation as well. That first race that you saw in a feature race was a comeback run. Geez, you can't do much more than what he did. He has come on a lot from that. So big hopes there. Absolutely yes. I've gone for a rider there that I think is going to suit the horse. Last time we tried to settle him. I didn't quite understand the tactics. For me, it was an opportunity for him to actually go to the front and actually run a big race. Tailwind, short running. So this is just a race from a good draw. See if he's up to this level.
Now you're very much alive in race 7. Punters need to keep an eye on you. Race 8, Justin. You've got number 8, Unbaldine. You're taking on the likes of Tanango, but here's a horse you'd go to war with him.
Yeah, absolutely. But no one wanted to ride him. So I always wonder if that's it's unbelievable. His form's quite good, and I've had apprentices on him in these features, and just no one wants to no one says, wow, there's a horse for 54, I want to ride it. So you sometimes wonder. So maybe he's not quite up to this level, but he always seems to run a monster race. So I think we've got a fantastic rider who's in form at the moment, and maybe it's worked out in a good way.
Race number 9, the penultimate of your runners. You got 3 and 4, Blind Date and Smarten Up, 2 horses that I really like on the day.
Yes, they are. But one's come out of the maidens. Blind Date's come back from gelding, which I thought he really needed. His work has been okay, because I really think he's a smart, like a smart type of young horse that but he may just need this run, Blind Date. Smarten Up's doing better at the moment at home, so I'd expect him to be closer. But you know, there are horses that I do expect to improve as the season goes. And the long running is going to be a big thing for a lot of us. We've been waiting for this for a while, and you can expect you know, good, fair racing. That's why I'm finally not too worried about the draws. You know, this track is a lot fairer for us.
The last of your runners, race 10, Justin, you got African Prince and Pump It Up. In particular, I like Pump It Up because I thought it was a great comeback run last time from a wide draw.
Absolutely. Interesting that JP has sort of pushed me back into the 1200s. You've got to always remember that it is by Danon. So where we've got Great Plains, didn't get the mile. I always look at this horse and I always think he's a Vercingetorix, and Vercingetorix will get a mile, no problem. But he is a Danon. They seem around 1600 is where they're at their best. So we've brought him back into 1200 to sort of bring him on. It's a testing 1200. So he's certainly a horse that he could easily run a monster here. And he's so well weighted. I think he's way under the radar at the moment. So expect a good run from him. And then African Prince, go watch his last run. A little bit unlucky. Couldn't find a gap at the right time. -1.5. Certainly brings him into the race.
Justin, we really appreciate your time. Thank you for that.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you.